We're back tonight. We're going to start the next project. We got enough parts to start it, so I got one of these. Oh yeah. So we pulled it out from where it's been sitting for the last couple of years. Started fucking with it last night for a little bit. The cylinders were starting to seize over because they were dry. So I thought it was like, besides being a low battery, so I found the starter, but it's way down here, and it's a wet starter. So when I pulled the starter out, all the fluid came out of the gearbox for the bottom of the cranks and everything. So I've got to get fluid to put back in it. We pulled all the spark plugs. All four of them have spark. We dumped a whole bunch of blaster and stuff down the cylinders to get them freed up so they had some lubrication. Used the hole to get to the little teeth in there. Used the screwdriver to keep moving it to get it free, because that was the only thing I could do to get this motor free again after sitting for so long. Checked all the fuses and everything. So it turns over now. Everything has spark, so we're going to put some fuel in the tank, prime the carb, hope it doesn't leak, and we will see if this motor will start. And then I will tell you what we're going to do with this. All right, so we got some gas. We got all the plugs back in. So we'll put some gas in it, and then we will see if we can get this thing to actually start. And let it run and idle for a little bit before we tear it completely down afterwards. Definitely ain't gonna need that much. That should be enough gas. All right, let's check the gas lines and everything. Turn the tank on and make sure we don't have any leaks before we start it. Not seen any drips yet, so. Because next we'll see if this thing will start. We have enough gas now. We're going to put these He's on. Oh, on. I'll give the battery a little bit longer. Maybe we need a little bit more gas in it. Maybe not enough in the tank yet. First attempt. Let's take two on it. See if it will start. Probably needs longer. Alright, well, guess we'll put a little gas down the car. We'll go from there. See if that works. Alright. Take three, see if we can get this started yet. Might take more than 4 or 3 times. I'll get this thing started. Oh, we got a backfire. Maybe more time on this fucking thing for charging. Let it charge for a little while. Back at it. We'll get it started. She backfired. Oh, then we got a little bit, so we're getting there. Try again. I've lost track of how many times now. I don't know, 5, 6 times we're at. Should be getting close. try again. So we'll get it stuck this time. We'll gas down the carburetor. See if that helps. Alright, so we got a different set of jump cables. Put those on. These are obviously freaking overcooked them. What we get for getting the cheap ones. Because I got just a little warm. I'll still jump shit I need outside, but right now, this fucking bad boy, that's current. There we go. Dump some more gas down the fucking throttle. See if we get that to start. Oh, it's not for you. Drinky. Whoa! A little bit more gas down it. She's alive! That's fucking awesome. That sounds good. A little bit more fuel. A little more. See if it does it again. Ah. Shook off. We'll put it there, fully on. I don't think it likes being on fucking reserve. Of course, I'm not sure if that whole pick cop thing even fucking works right now. I mean, for me to be able to just dump some fuel down the car, go from there, usually tells me if something's gonna start. Let's put something underneath the corner of the tank. Alright, I think we figured it out. Of course, poor old Axel over here, he's all scared of the motorcycle, aren't you, buddy? Dickie! Couple years old, hasn't been started. It's got fresh gas in it, that's for sure. But she's idling on choke. You did see we were able to fucking rev it up for a little bit, blow some shit out of the exhaust. Woo! We got it running! Fucking awesome! Now we just need it to run on not being on choke. Tank gauge is working. It's saying about half a tank. I doubt that. Don't put that much in it. The bike only had 6,000 freaking miles on it. 6094.2. Whereas I got this bike because the lady dumped it and she didn't feel comfortable riding it no more. So, free toy for me. Well, we'll fuck around a little bit more. I realized what oil the motor takes. I've got pretty much close to the same oil what I need. So, we'll add a little bit more oil in with it. Just so the oil light goes off so we can keep running it for just a little bit. Alright, so we put some more oil in it. See if that'll help. Definitely not enough. But it's more than it had. There, I didn't know that this fucking starter on this thing was a wet starter. But you find out when you fuck with shit. Yeah, I think it has to deal with that. Yep. Yeah, it's gotta be the cockpit here. This thing's gotta be fucking clogged. It takes a couple minutes. This thing should just fucking go. turn the choke off, it just shuts off. Of course, putting some gas cleaner and shit like that you want to do there. I might clean the cockpit up, but I might just have to take the cockpit apart and clean it. But it runs! Woohoo! I mean, still need to take it out for a test drive, but we need to find some bolts for the gas tank and shit. So, for the most part, we can get it to run for a little bit. Definitely will probably add some dry gas, but for that, like, because this is that vacuum fucking pump thing what runs up into, I don't know if you can see it, the little tab there, and then these on either side is the fuel line, so air comes in and pushes up into this and bleeds the system. So either way, this pit probably needs to be cleaned out. There's probably a whole bunch of debris and everything in the screen inside the tank, even though the tank was empty. It's definitely not getting gas flow like it needs, because it won't run off of idle unless I really like kind of give it to it, like you've seen. But it's mostly on choke and just idling on choke for a little bit, and then it will shut off on its own. So it's losing fuel, but at the same time, like it floods the motor because it gets it too much, and then just it won't give it any more, and then it's just cleaning the whole system out and then doing it again. But that's a good start for now, for it sitting in here for a couple of years since I've gotten it. Once we get that cleaned, we might get another battery if I get time. If not, we'll just jump start it and see if it will stay running and charge this battery afterwards. Throw the seat on it. Might take it for a little ride around the driveway or up and down the road real quick, just to make sure everything is completely working. I mean, the horn works, the headlight works, the blinkers work. These were staying on at one point, and the license plate light is not lighting up, but everything else is working on the bike so far. So, once we do the test ride and all that little shit before we tear it completely apart for the toy we're going to make. So I'll give you the little sneak peek of what that motor's going to go into. Because you all seen the black truck with the Dodge, because that's what the bike came with, is with this truck. What we're using now for logging thing. So we have an old Samurai Suzuki frame, what I've stretched over the years. Four-wheel drive case. We gotta tear apart the front axle because I think I broke something in it, because one side is not grabbing than the other side. So considering these are both quick change freaking rear ends on these, it isn't going to be a problem to fix them, as long as it's not like something major what I have to do with this front end. But that's not going to be a big deal. Either way, I have to go through the whole front end on these anyways, because last time I was using this toy, I kept blowing the freaking universal joint off the back of it. But we have that, we have those, we have frame rails, and then we can make everything else after that. So this thing will be fun once we get it all torn apart, because this is the 750cc motor, 4-valve, dual piston freaking heads. So this thing definitely will put out a lot of torque, because it's drive shaft driven than belt or chain drive, like I didn't want, because I was looking for one of these bikes what had the drive shaft drive in them, because those are easier to make, the mid shaft to the 4-wheel drive case to make a little buggy. So we will turn this thing into one of those little Mini Baja trucks. I mean, granted, I'd like a side-by-side or one of those Polarises or one of those fucking four-wheel drive little fucking 2-seat or 4-seat little fucking toys. Can't afford one of those bad boys, but free bike, some extra parts out back. All we gotta do is make a gauge, and we have a truck with 700 cc's, 750 cc's. Ooh, electric start, lights and blinkers, so we can add everything else we need to it. I mean, this is definitely going to be a couple series long videos for just this project until we get up to the fiberglass body, what I will be making for the truck afterwards. Until shit really starts back up, or what I can get my hands on between work and everything for little side jobs here and there until this whole corona fucking crap goes away. I'm just trying to entertain myself while I have downtime and do some of these projects I've been meaning to do and get around to them. So this is one of the ones I wanted to do. The other truck out front I want to do, that's some serious money for that truck. That's going to be more than the kind of work I've put into the car so far. But this thing shouldn't cost you that much. I pretty much have all the parts I need pretty much so far. Brand new welder would be nice, but I'll make do with the shitty fucking welder I have. I mean, this thing will be pretty badass. We'll have to find some rims and tires for those axles. Considering they're 5.55 on the bolt patterns. So I have rims what will fit, but we have to decide what size tires we want to run compared to the gear ratio in this bike through the four-wheel drive and then the axle drive. So that's the whole thing of figuring out soon. But next one will be getting this thing to stay running and be able to take it out for a ride and have it idle without choke being on. Because obviously some stuff needs to be cleaned. Maybe the carbs need to be cleaned. I know this tank needs to be cleaned, at least that input on the filter. See if it will start up one more fucking time if we let it sit. Goes on. Yes. Everything's there.